Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here, welcoming you to another one of those weekly trophy list updates. Today's date is Tuesday, December 12th of 2023. So this was not a weekly trophy update, it was more like a bi-weekly trophy update, because this video is going to cover the entire time period of Monday, November 27th of 2023, all the way through Monday, December 11th of 2023. Because for those of you who did not see my previous update, I was on vacation with my family down in Aruba. It was a lot of fun, as it always is. Can't wait to upload some vlogs of that. Though I will say this time around, just to make things a little more simple, I'm probably only going to do a handful of vlogs that are just longer, that encompass multiple days at once. I think that's probably going to be about the easiest thing to do with it. And I would have liked to have had this video out the Monday, like right after I got home, but I literally didn't get into my house until like 12:05 in the morning on Monday morning. So yeah, it was super late flights, but it was a wonderful trip. Had so much fun, very relaxing. I actually got a nice tan, which is definitely weird to be looking at this time of year. But anyways, during that time period, I did make a little bit of trophy progress. I think this was before, right? Okay, yeah, that was right before. So I worked on 2 games during that time period, but before we talk about those 2 games, I have scrolled all the way back down, like over a year on my trophy list, back to Fallout 76. Because the 4th major trophy expansion for Fallout 76, the Atlantic City DLC, has dropped during the time period where I was gone. So the trophies look like they should be pretty easy. So it looks like it's just 2 more of the expeditions that we got from the previous DLC with the pit. So complete the 2 expeditions. That's basically, story. Just complete each of them. They probably take like an hour each the first time you go through them, because you don't really know what you're doing the first time through. This one should be easy as long as you have like a half-decent melee weapon, unless the lesser devils are some kind of really rare enemies. This is the one that I'm a little bit concerned about, because for those of you who don't remember, with the previous DLC, the Pit, the trophies were all pretty easy. However, this trophy right here for killing 100 trogs with an auto axe, the problem with this one was that the auto axe initially was like a seasonal unlock, and you got it if you reached a certain rank within the season. Now, I was able to get it without too much trouble because I was playing quite a few expeditions at the time, because it was really working for leveling me up a lot and getting some decent rewards and stuff. But you didn't get the auto axe until you reached a certain level during the season. Then you got the plans for it, then you could go back and do this. But then when the season ended, it completely changed how you could get it, and I think now you have to trade some absurd amount of like the materials that you farm in expeditions to even be able to get it. So my worry is that it's going to be the same way here, to where the casino games only count if they're those, or they only unlock through the seasonal rewards or something like that. I guess we will have to see. I haven't actually started up the DLC yet, haven't played anything today. I've been real busy with some video editing and such. And I did at least see the GTA 6 trailer, so that's exciting. Another, probably year and a half off or something. But that's coming up. We finally got the official 100% announcement, everything of it. I'm sure it'll be a fun game overall, at least I would assume it will be. But I don't know how the trophies are going to look, and after how I got burned with GTA 5's whole Criminal Mastermind trophy, that concerns me just a little bit, because these games have a lot of multiplayer, and while I really enjoy Rockstar games with their single player, multiplayer has never been one of my favorite things from them. So anyway, let's talk about the trophy progress I did make during that time period right before vacation. The first was Lego Ninjago Nindroids for the PlayStation Vita has been platinumed. So this was not one of my favorite of the Lego Vita games for a couple of reasons. This is one of those games where it's a lot of really short levels, like 31 short levels, but every level has 10 gold brick challenges you have to complete, and some of them are super easy, but some of them are definitely more challenging. Some of them are pretty tight time limit based ones, and then there's a lot that are just mutually exclusive for some reason. It's like, one will be, oh, you have to complete the level as a civilian, then a different one will be complete the level as another type of character, like a small character or something like that. And then you might have ones that go something along the lines of kill however many enemies with special moves. versus a different one for not killing any enemies with special moves. You know, stuff like that. So you were guaranteed to have to play through all the levels several times, pretty much, unless you, like, already had experience of exactly what you needed to do. So that was already kind of annoying, and then I still think that some of the gold bricks might have been just a little bit buggy at times, because there are several times where I am almost 100% sure that I completed the requirements like I was supposed to, but that they just didn't unlock for some reason. Maybe I just had the wrong character at the wrong time. I don't know. Maybe there was just something finicky about it. Maybe I was just wrong. I'm not 100% sure on everything. But yeah, overall was not a bigger fan of this LEGO game. The good thing is it's a short one. It's like a 15-ish hour LEGO game on the Vita. And it also has a very small hub world that you don't really have to explore for anything. So there's not a whole lot of, like, real collectibles you have to do. It's mostly just those level challenges. So 100%ing the game is getting all 310 of the gold bricks, purchasing all, I believe it is 59 of the characters, which you'll unlock those by completing the gold brick challenges, and then you just have to purchase them. And that's another thing about this game, is that you have to purchase a lot of really expensive characters. And unlike most of the, like, console LEGO games, you can only have 3 red bricks equipped at once, so you can only have the times 10, times 8, and times 6 stud multipliers, which definitely slows down your ability to farm studs. Now, I would farm studs in the Apocalypse level. It's the one where you have the sort of raider-looking, bandit-looking guys, and you have to run around, you have to beat up some enemies, you have to get a bandit outfit or whatever, and then sneak into another area after that. It's toward the end of the game. That one you could get over 30 million studs per playthrough, but I mean, it was still, that was the fastest method, and it still took a little while, which was just kind of weird by LEGO standards to have to farm studs in one of these games. Building the Golden Dragon in the hub, you can do this once you've collected all 310 gold bricks. It doesn't really do anything. Complete all 31 main story levels, as well as this trophy that you'll get sometime midway through the game. So a couple of story-related trophies right there. Complete all the challenges and all the multi-part challenges. Again, I already sort of discussed the challenges. Most of them are easy, and thank God you don't have to do all of the challenges in a single playthrough by any means. I mean, well, that should be kind of obvious from what I talked about earlier, but you can do it over the course of multiple playthroughs, and you'll have to do most of them over the course of multiple playthroughs. So, as needed, you can just focus on 1 or 2 challenges per run, and then just keep repeating it until you get everything. And then another issue I had with this game is with the character selection. More often than not, the game will not give you the right characters to be able to get items in this game. Because, you know, in a lot of the console games, if you go into free play in a level, the game will usually give you a set of characters with all of the abilities you would need to be able to do the level. Whether that was, say, in Star Wars, the Ascension Gun, a Force-sensitive character, a Dark Force character, a small character, a triple jump or double jump, whatever it was, character. So you get what I mean. They would have all the abilities you needed, and in this game, they really don't do that for you. They just give you just a random mishmash of characters, and very rarely are they going to give you all the characters you need to actually finish all of the challenges, especially in just like one run to get a bunch of them. So that's just some not so great game design. This one you have to have 100 million studs at once. I would recommend doing this before buying some of the more expensive characters, because some of them cost about 30 million a piece. I think the most expensive one was 60 million. Then just collect 1 million studs at once and 100,000 studs at once. Those will both come naturally. They're basically unmissable, especially with the multipliers. There is 1 mini kit per level, so just collect all 31 of those for this trophy. Then you have to purchase and collect all of the red bricks. There are 15 of them, so about half of the levels have one. And then you just have to go purchase some. Those are basically in-game cheats. They work just like they do in any other LEGO game. Unlock and purchase all of the characters is also going to unlock all of these other trophies through here. So a lot of trophies related to just unlocking and purchasing all of the characters in the game. Then use every red brick at least once to complete a level. Again, you can only use 3 of them at once, so it's going to require at least 5 playthroughs of some level to get all these. I would suggest finding one of the shorter levels, maybe even some of the vehicle levels or something, and then just equip 3 of the red bricks, complete the level, equip the next 3 in the list, and repeat until this trophy unlocks. This one's unmissable. You'll get this one well before you get the 100% in the game. This one should also come naturally well before the 100%. Same with this one. The special moves, you probably will get this one naturally, but I didn't always use the spin attacks because I never really knew which levels would penalize you for using them in void challenges. This is actually the last trophy I got because it's not very clear what you have to do. I assumed it meant you had to pick up the enemies and throw them, and that was the grab attack. Apparently it's not. Apparently it's you hold circle, and then while you're holding the enemy, you mash the square button to beat them up. So that's why that trophy took so long. That's probably why it's not a very common one. Is that the rarest one? 27.3. Oh, no, it's definitely not, but it's on the rarer end of things. Defeat enemies with Jump Slam. This is a really, really powerful attack. It's pretty much vital to getting through the dojo on the higher levels. This one, you just have to have either enemies walk into fire or you can throw them into fire. This one will probably come naturally while going for the 100%. 20 mechs by jumping on their backs. If you don't get this one while going for the 100%, you can easily farm it in the hub world. This one is, there's only a few levels where you can use the mechs. There's one level sort of later in the game that's a good place to get this. Just play through it a few times, stomping on everything, and you should have no problem. Then you have to complete the dojo on all 3 levels. On easy difficulty, you have to kill 50 enemies. In medium difficulty, you have to kill 100. It's just various types of ninjroids, and neither of these are going to give you too much of a problem. But then hard difficulty is a little bit tougher because you can't use the red bricks, mainly invincibility in there. So because of that, you actually have to get through hard difficulty without dying. And you have to kill 150 enemies. They come in various groups. There's a couple of mechs. There's also a group of random civilians that'll come in. And oftentimes you'll just get kind of screwed over and you'll just get stun locked into an animation of getting hit over and over again. And then you're kind of screwed. So the best way to do these is just to use a lot of jump attacks and then use the special move every single time you have access to it. Also, this game has another little quirk of the trophies only unlock when you exit back to a menu screen, like at the end of a level, or exit back to the hub world, which again is just kind of strange. The hacking minigame, you'll get this one naturally while going for all the gold bricks. The 500 objects should come naturally while getting all the gold bricks. The 25 fire hydrants can be easily farmed in the hub world because there's like 7 or 8 of them sitting around. This one should come naturally while going for 100%, and this is an early story trophy. It's one of the first trophies you'll get in the game. So yeah, was not a particularly big fan of this LEGO game, but got it done. It's another LEGO game done. I think I'm only missing maybe 3 of the Vita ones, because I know I still need, I think it's LEGO Batman 2 for the Vita, and at least 1 Marvel LEGO game for the Vita. So it might only be 3 or it might be 4. I'm not 100% sure. But either way, it's progress is progress on the LEGO franchise, since I don't know when we're ever going to get another one at this point that's like an actual true LEGO game, not something like LEGO 2K Drive or those much smaller games we've been getting. The other game I worked on was Call of Duty Vanguard for the PS5 because it's one of the only Call of Duty games that I'm still missing. So I figured, why not go ahead and do it? It was on a pretty good sale for like 60 or 70% off for the cross-gen version. So I decided why not, and it would make for a decent enough stream series, at least for the campaign. I will not be streaming, well, I don't need to stream any of the multiplayer because those trophies auto-pop. And for the zombies, I didn't really feel like there was a need to stream it because, well, for one, the zombies trophies in this game are really easy. There's not even an Easter egg you have to deal with. But the other problem is that the zombies mode in this game is absolute trash. It's just not fun or good in any way. And it's extremely grindy, and we will get to that here in a second. So in terms of the trophies, you have to beat the campaign on Veteran. This is not one of the harder Veteran campaigns in the franchise, though it's not quite one of the easiest ones either. It's more on the easy side, but not as much as some of the other Call of Duty games. 15 kills with blind fire. You don't really use blind fire a whole lot, but this is very easy to farm on any level. This one probably will come naturally. I've only played it for a couple of hours for the single player and then a few hours for the zombies so far. Then this one's pretty much unmissable. Then this one, there's a couple of easy places to get this one throughout the campaign. You'll probably be playing through most of the missions twice anyway in order to get the miscellaneous trophies. I was hoping that I could save the Florida Man type trophy here for last, but ultimately I got it while grabbing another trophy a little bit further down. And then what are these trophies? Are these all... Okay, so throw back 15 grenades that would have killed or damaged your allies. Why is that a hidden trophy? That makes no sense. Why is that a hidden trophy? And then you have to watch the credits to completion. Again, why is that a hidden trophy? Why do you need to hide that? I don't even know. So then you have various character-specific trophies. For Arthur, you have to give commands to your allies, which you can knock out during his first couple missions. As Paulina, 15 enemies after emerging from a crawl space. Again, you can easily knock this out on her first couple of levels. And then with Wade, his focus ability is pretty strong, but at the same time, it takes a little while to recharge. And then this one's like badly worded. It's not too hard to get. It just takes maybe a little bit of, not really farming, it just takes a little bit more effort. So then you have your level-specific trophies. This is one of the trickier ones in the game, just because there's not a whole lot of chances to kill enemies, and I would not recommend going for this one on Veteran, but you can absolutely get this next one on Veteran. It's not going to be a problem. Just kill a truck driver while they're driving around a group of enemies. Then we get on to Operation Tonga. This one, you have to wait until a grenade gets thrown at this guy, and you have to pick it up and throw it back. That's where I got the Florida Man trophy at, I believe. Let's see. Yep, that's exactly where I got it at, because I basically killed myself in order to save a friendly. This one's really easy. It's just not something that a lot of people are going to think to do. You just have to throw a smoke grenade at a very specific area late in the mission. Then Stalingrad, this one is actually quite easy because you don't even need to use the sniper rifle. You can just use the Molotov cocktails that are infinitely respawning next to you. And at the same time, you just have to hit a half track with a Molotov cocktail. Then we get to the worst trophy in the game, or one of the two worst trophies. Everyone knows this trophy is just straight dog shit because it's terrible, it's terribly designed, it was never tested, it's not a good time. Definitely not looking forward to doing that one again. Then the two from Numa Numa Trail are easy, if I remember correctly, or relatively easy. Lady Nightingale, the first one's not really too much of a problem on Recruit, but this one, this trophy, it's the rarest one in the game, I believe, at least in the campaign. It's not as much that it's difficult as it is just really, really tedious, because it has to be takedowns, not melee, takedowns, and certain enemies are extremely hard to get takedowns on. There's some armored guys in there. So yeah, not looking forward to that. These two are fairly easy. These two are fairly easy. And both of those are fairly easy as long as you're careful. The multiplayer trophies auto-pop, so thankfully you don't have to play through the multiplayer again. It's just grindy. There's nothing difficult at all about the multiplayer trophies. It's just going to take a little bit of time. And then you have your Zombies trophies. Again, this Zombies mode is really bad and not fun to play, but at least its trophies are easy. But here's a nice little kick in the nuts for you. If you're playing this for your second time, you have to do all zombie stuff while disconnected from the internet entirely, or else your progress will not count, because that is wonderful game design. Sledgehammer, I guess this was. Yeah, this was Sledgehammer. So then you have to equip 3 Covenants. These are sort of like abilities you can get by trading the hearts, I believe. This one, I guess I just haven't quite gotten enough. I thought this one was supposed to auto-pop once you traded 1 or sacrificed 1, but either it doesn't auto-pop anymore, or I'm just doing it wrong. The Demonic Fountains are the perk machines. This one can be easily done once you've cleared a few of the rifts. You can just run around the starting area and purchase all of them for free, or you can sometimes find them in certain areas that you warp to. Then you have a few trophies related to the different abilities in the game. I've only used one of them so far because I've only played a couple of games so far, so I haven't really had the chance to use the others, but none of these are really anything to worry about. And then you have the 2 big grindy trophies. 2,500 kills with a level 3 Pack-a-Punch weapon is terrible because it takes a little while to get a level 3 Pack-a-Punch weapon. It's fairly expensive. Not to mention you have to eliminate 10,000 total zombies. Now there are certain setups you can use where you get certain objectives on certain more open maps to where if you have that Pack-a-Punch level 3 weapon, you can easily farm a lot of progress toward both of these trophies, but that's kind of RNG based. So yeah, it's okay though, because I actually had a lot of fun with the first stream I did of this game right before I left for vacation. It was actually a lot more fun than I was expecting it to be, mostly because I was just insulting various things about the game the entire time and having fun chatting with people, so it certainly could have been worse. I want to make the campaign a stream series that gets turned into a video, but it won't include any of the zombies or the multiplayer because, well, I don't want to include those and have no need to include the multiplayer. Anyway, let's go ahead and get our trophies synced up. Well, that took absolutely forever. Level 850, 80%, 27,268 total trophies, 772 platinums, 5,089 golds, 7,285 silvers, 14,122 bronzes. So, plans for the upcoming week. Well, we're already almost halfway through the month of December, and I will say that December is going to be kind of a busy month for me because it's a time where work starts to get busy, more sick people in. And along with that, I'm also going to be going home for Christmas, though that's not for another, week and a half. And I'm going to be at home for a week then. I basically had to use up all my vacation time or lose it entirely because thank you, whatever US laws allow that, because it's just so wonderful. Anyway, in terms of actual trophy progress I plan to do this week, I definitely want to do some more of Call of Duty Vanguard, and along with that, Fallout 76's new DLC. That's really the main two focuses I've got for this week and probably the week after. Maybe I'll play one or two other random games here and there, but those two games are the main two games of focus for this next week or so until I can get them both done. Vanguard is probably not going to be done this week by any means. In terms of other videos and such that I'm working on, the Killzone Liberation video, I've made decent progress in, been working on it a little bit on Monday, so made some progress on it. Hopefully it'll be out within the next 1 to 2 weeks. It'll be out before the end of the year though. Same with the next Fallout, sort of what happened to XYZ State video. It's going to be Georgia for the next video, and I've been doing my research on it. I've started writing the script for it, so I want that to be out before the end of the year as well. And then I just have, other plans that I really want to get started on in January. But I'm going to talk more about that when we get to a channel update right at the start of the new year. So yeah, it's just mainly those two games that I want to work on, and then in January and beyond, GTA 5 if I ever decide to go back to it, Shadow of the Colossus for PS3, and Outer Worlds, just, go back and finish out all three of those, and then all the other random games I have to do, including, of course, the PS5 version of Modern Warfare 3, because reasons that I've talked about enough and don't feel like getting worked up about right now. So that's going to be it for this update, guys. If you made it all the way to the end, consider leaving me a like and subscribing and ringing the bell if you haven't done so already. And go ahead and leave me a comment letting me know what you guys have been working on most recently, what you're planning to work on soon, maybe any games you're planning on getting for Christmas. I already know that I'm getting Spider-Man 2, so I'll be able to start playing that pretty soon. Can't wait for that. Looks like an amazing game from everything I've seen. So otherwise, schedule this week should be pretty much normal. I'm sure there'll be, a Platinum Trophy video out, but I've got a lot of editing and stuff I need to work on as well. And there should be 2 streams on Friday and Saturday. I don't know if they'll both be Vanguard or if only one of them will be and the other one might be something else. We'll have to figure that out later, though. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see y'all later this week for some more trophy content.